to America in the Morning.
Here's Business Spotlight from your local voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990. And here's your host, George Bryant.
Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Hello over there. Tuesday morning is one of my favorite days. We do get to turn our spotlight on local business, and a proud one that we have in the studio today with Triumph Bank and host Tracy Strickland. Welcome, Tracy.
Good morning, George. How are you?
We're looking at each other over the mic, you know.
I know, peeking over. How was your eclipse day yesterday?
Well, it was really good. I think that it was it's exciting to see everybody's involvement, and I think that was good. As we were talking about, it's kind of one day good that we get to think about something besides politics and the events of the world. And
I know. We had a lot of fun at Triumph. We put together these survival kits and passed them around all of our various offices around the city. And we had moon pies and sun-kissed lemonade, and we wrote the lyrics to that Bonnie Tyler song, although we didn't sing it publicly. But we had a blast. We were a little disappointed with that big cloud cover that came over Poplar T40.
Some people got rain. I saw Ron Childers was out at the Shelby Farms, and there was a huge crowd there.
Oh, I bet.
And it was like a pop festival.
That's so neat. What's exciting? Everybody acts like kids, and all the, my age, I remember when I was like in 3rd or 4th grade during the last eclipse, and now I've got a 3rd grader who got to enjoy it yesterday, and so it kind of comes full circle, and looking forward to when it happens again.
It's good to take out time for those special events like that.
It is.
You have a special guest in the studio today.
I do. I'm really excited, and we were looking at the calendar and realized it's his first anniversary week at Triumph. Happy anniversary to Tim Martin. He's our Assistant Vice President of Business Banking. He's been with us for a year and has just done a phenomenal job getting to know our customers and serving them. So I wanted to bring him on and let him introduce himself to the listeners. And how in the world did you decide to get into banking? Because I know you graduated, about 9 or 10 years ago, right in the middle of the recession.
I did. I graduated December of 2008, right after the economy just completely collapsed. From the University of Tennessee. The graduation almost felt more like a funeral service than a celebration, because I think there was a lot of deer in the headlights at that graduation. Nobody knew what they were going to do.
The word was already out that the jobs were pretty limited.
That's right. Everyone was about to have a little bit of humble pie for sure.
But I know you got started at the ground floor.
Well, I did. How I got into banking was I was just trying to find a job anywhere. And I applied anywhere and everywhere. And when you get out of college, you think you're going to get this really nice job, but it doesn't turn out that way, especially after a bad recession hits. And I get a call from a bank here in town. Bottom entry-level job. And I took it. I was like, well, the saying was always, it's easier to find a job when you have a job.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is usually true until you're in a great recession. Then you just kind of grab that job and you kind of run with it for a while. So I was in that job for a lot longer than I anticipated, but I worked my way out of it, moved into another part of the bank, and then I started worked there for a while and was successful, enjoyed it. Then moved on to another bank where I was able to get in more in business banking, and really enjoyed that. And I was there for 4 years at that bank, and now I'm here at Triumph, and I love every minute of it.
Well, you really landed in a good atmosphere, didn't you?
Oh, I agree.
What a fabulous bank.
I love that story. It's just because, when you start at the very, ground level, that entry level, I think it gives you a greater appreciation.
That's right.
Right, as you develop your career and you get a good perspective of your team members that you work with today. They might work in operations or different areas of the bank, and I think because you probably have held that position before, and I think it allows you to better work with them and collaborate for the clients.
That's exactly right. I've kind of seen from the ground level up, so I can call somebody at a branch from the back office. I kind of know what they're doing, and kind of be a little more empathetic and understand what their job is, and I feel like I can communicate a little better with them.
Absolutely.
We're talking with Tim Martin. He's Assistant Vice President of Business Banking with Triumph Bank, and Tracy Strickland, our host for talking just let's talk growth with Triumph Bank, and we're going to take a quick break. Before we do take a break, I want to remind everybody how they can reach out to Triumph Bank. Look at their website, fabulous website at triumphbank.com. The phone number is 901-333-8800. And you guys have about, 4 locations now?
4 locations, 4 banking locations
Memphis?
right here. Poplar 240 out by Saddle Creek, and on Poplar in Collierville, and then on Airline Road in Arlington.
Just everywhere. So
Yeah,
easy to come by and
see
see
us.
them. They're great. You never know. They may be serving ice cream, moon pies, or
You never know.
just having a lot of
We like
fun
sweet
always. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some more with Tim Martin. You're listening to The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
KWAM, now on FM 107.9 and AM 990.
The Memphis Daily News Report, credible, reliable, always unbiased, the Daily News. The Lakeland Industrial Development Board has postponed acting on a $24 million mixed-use development until a foreclosure issue is resolved. The entire Lake District plan encompasses 165 acres and calls for 2 hotels, 550 residential units, a 500-seat performing arts space, 2 parking garages, and over 100,000 square feet of office, retail, and restaurant space, and an outdoor farmers market. 2 industrial portfolios near Memphis International Airport have sold for combined $25.9 million. One is a 70-acre, 13-property portfolio in Airport and Delp Distribution Center, and the other includes 8 flex industrial buildings in Airport Business Park. LA Fitness has filed a $3.5 million building permit to begin construction at Poplar Commons. The center will be home to the city's first Nordstrom Rack and Ulta retail shop, among other tenants. The site is where a former Sears store and auto service center were raised to make room for a new construction. For these stores and more, make sure you pick up a copy of the Daily News Report. You'll find it everywhere around Memphis, and you can read the online edition at memphisdailynews.com.
Do you have obstructive sleep apnea? Are you tired of feeling tired all the time? If you've tried CPAP and found it uncomfortable, cumbersome, awkward, noisy, or unappealing to your partner, please listen carefully to this message. Obstructive sleep apnea robs you of the deep, uninterrupted sleep you need, making every day a struggle. But if you have it, like millions of adults do, you already know this, and you are not alone. Many of those prescribed CPAP either stop using it or use it less than they should. The reality is that leaving OSA untreated puts you at greater risk for heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and other serious health consequences. However, there is an alternative therapy in an FDA-approved clinical trial. The THN sleep therapy system might be the answer for you. It is available at no cost to you if you qualify for the THN3 clinical trial. To learn more about the THN3 clinical trial, please call 1-888-975-3370 or visit thnstudy.com to find a center near you.
And now back to Business Spotlight on The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
Welcome back to our studios as we continue our series with Triumph Bank, Let's Talk Growth with Tracy Strickland. She's got a special guest in the house today, Tim Martin. He's Assistant Vice President of Business Banking. Sounds like someone who is giving out money.
Free money with interest, a little bit more interest.
So we're trying to.
Yeah. Well, I know that Tim, in his background, he's worked with the consumers. He also now, of course, focuses his time with our business customers. And what do you enjoy most, do you think, about working with businesses when you first start meeting a new business owner? Walk us through the process that you do to get to know them better.
Absolutely. I love getting them to talk about their business. I think that's, you can just see the passion come out.
Yep.
You can talk with somebody about their business all day long. They'll love to talk to you about it. I love telling them what we can do for them, how to help them. There's a lot of good products we have, and we can custom fit a product for them to make it work, to help them grow, to achieve their dreams.
Yeah.
I love to discuss they can talk about their dreams all day long, and we're here to help them.
Do you see a lot of, I think we touched on it earlier, but do you see a lot of more positive attitudes about growth in business these days?
Absolutely. I think the confidence level has gone up tremendously in the last few years. People are more willing to go out and take a chance, where I didn't see that a few years back. I have more customers leaving good jobs to go and try something different. And start their own business. And I think that's encouraging. I think that's great for Memphis.
One of the things it is great for Memphis. One of the things I see a lot is a lot of people's startups right out of their home.
Right.
Yeah. So do you?
We do. We can get them set up with a nice deposit account, maybe talk of a line of credit, a loan to get them started. And like you said, they're in their house, but before you know it, they're in office space or
right
wherever they are.
Buying equipment instead of renting
That's right.
whatever it takes.
But there's a lot of successful businesses that operate out of the home.
Yeah, they do. They explode. I have a lady that I know started making these little cakes.
Oh, yeah.
And, then I started seeing her all around. Next thing you know, she's on QVC. And
Oh,
she
my
did
God.
all that coming out of
talking
her
about.
house. Yep.
That's exciting.
And
Oh, wow.
it's amazing. So
With Tim's business, I know he gets to touch lots of different industries.
I do.
You want to spotlight a couple that you've been working on lately?
We touch a lot of different businesses. We can touch an insurance business. Currently, I've even done one for an ice cream shop. I've done one for a landscape company. I've touched into different type of businesses, whether it be investment property, whether it be home and security. That's what I enjoy about this job. I can touch in all different type of businesses and meet all kinds of different people. And that's what's really exciting.
Well, with the startup, I know we were talking the other day, Tim, is like a lot of times, the customers will ask for an SBA loan, and there's a lot of banks out there that won't do SBA lending. And we really have become a master at that. And you want to talk a little bit about that process? Because I know you said a lot of times that really can help a business owner stretch out their payments. And
absolutely.
make it
SBA is a
affordable.
great product for someone that's starting a business. Or let's just say it's a special type of collateral that special single-purpose use that a lot of banks would not be comfortable moving forward in the loan. SBA is a great tool where we can move forward and set the loan up for them or stretch it out a little longer so they can afford the payment. We were talking earlier, say there's a certain type of loan that really should only be set up on a 5-year amortization. We can stretch it out to even maybe 10 where they can afford it, the payments, and we can do the loan.
Oh, that's good. And it's a government guaranteed loan?
It's a government guarantee. The government will guarantee between, depending on the loan, 50 to 85% of the loan.
And how do you qualify?
You get qualified through the bank first, and then we send it to SBA for them to approve. Typically, when we approve it, the SBA works really well to get it approved for us. But it is a 2-part process, so it can take a little time, but it's definitely worth it. And if that's the route we have to go, then that's what we have to do.
Yeah, had always heard a lot of great things about SBA loans, except they've gone through different periods over the last, say, 20, 30 years, where sometimes they're more complicated, sometimes and it's all such complicated paperwork, and that's where it sounds like you guys are taking that load off of everybody. And
it can be complicated, but again, we've done quite a few, and we can have the process move pretty smoothly for the customer. We have to deal with some complicated things, but our goal is for the complications to be on our side and the customer go very smoothly for the customer.
Make it as seamless for them as possible.
That's exactly right.
it's another great feature. We're talking with Tim Martin, Assistant Vice President of Business Banking over at Triumph Bank. Tracy Strickland, Senior Vice President of Marketing, is our host, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come right back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Tim Martin and all the money he's given away, and then all the fun that is going on over at Triumph Bank. You're listening to The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
The voice for the Mid-South, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
I'm Ed Parami, the owner of Jan Pro, the franchise that helps you be your own boss. Jan Pro is now the fastest growing franchise in the entire world for the second year in a row by Entrepreneur Magazine. We are growing so fast we need new business owners right here in Memphis right now. So if you want to be your own boss and open your own business, call Jan Pro at 901-683-4900 to see just how easy it is to be your own boss. For as little as $950 down, you can be a part of Jan Pro. Don't waste another minute. Call 901-683-4900.
If you have retirement questions, you can bet Dan Groban and Philip Menard, the co-founders of Servant Advisors Group, probably have the answer. Join them every Saturday morning at 8 for the Servant Retirement Show. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dan and Philip can help take the guesswork out of your retirement planning. The Servant Retirement Show is your source for all things retirement, from how current events could affect your savings to strategies to maximize your retirement income and everything in between. The Servant Retirement Show with Dan Groban and Philip Menard every Saturday morning at 8.
And now back to Business Spotlight on The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
Welcome back to our studios as we continue our series, Let's Talk Growth with Triumph Bank. And in the studio, Tracy Strickland and her special guest, Tim Martin.
Yes, I'm glad to be here, George, as always, and I'm so excited to have Tim here. And you have your 1 year anniversary. You've survived a year at Triumph, so you've worked at other banks. So, what do you feel like after being here for a year makes Triumph special? Why do you like being here?
I've loved being at Triumph. I'll tell you what I love about Triumph. All the decisions are made local. We're very focused on the community of Memphis. We're small enough to give you that private banking delivery, but we're large enough to help you and your business grow, which I like. Yes. I think we work with some of the most creative and smart bankers in town, and I've learned. The amount of banking I've learned in just this 1 year has probably been more than the last 7 years.
That's awesome. So. Well, I love the collaborative team environment we have over at our Ridgeway office where you work. Right. You're at 5904 Ridgeway Center Parkway. If anybody wants to come see Tim. And Tim, if anybody, because we may have a lot of startup business owners that are listening. And Tim is just a great resource if you're listening and just really want, maybe you've been turned down at another bank or you just really haven't thought about like reaching out to talk to a banker to figure out how you could get your business started or really maybe an extra jolt that you need to take it to the next level. Tim, you want to share your contact information, your phone and email? Absolutely.
Well, we always try to say yes.
Yes.
So give me a call. My number is 901-333-8813 is my office line. Cell phone is 901-409-9148. Feel free to call me on either one of those at any time. And also my email is tim.martin@triumphbank.com.
Awesome. I love a banker who gives out his cell phone number.
That's right. That's right. I used to be impressed as a car dealer up in Millington. He's and call me on my cell.
But we really want to, our guys are out making calls all the time, and I think that it's important to be able to reach your banker. So thank you for sharing that. And as we move into the fall, if it would just feel like fall, George, it's still so miserably hot.
It's coming. They said it's coming this
I think
weekend.
Tomorrow, it's supposed to rain tonight. They say it's going to be 10 degrees cooler, so I'm crossing my fingers. But October 3rd, we are having a special event that I want all the listeners to take note of and mark on your calendar. If you go to our website, triumphbank.com, at the very top of our website, it's advertising an event that we're hosting for the very first time. It's called Business Triumphs, and there's lots of different cycles in a business owner's life, and it gets to the point where they're either thinking about growing their business to the point where they're wanting to acquire another business, or they're ready to sell their business and maybe start a new
exit strategy
or retire. So we have got an exit strategies focus, but it is also if you are thinking about buying a business, because we will have somebody from Brown Brothers coming in from New York City to serve on our panel. He is on the private equity side to talk about, as a buyer, what are the buyers looking for? But our keynote speaker is coming in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and he's got a special designation that's focused on helping business owners develop a good business strategy for their exit planning. And then we have 4 other panelists, one that will talk about on the mergers and acquisitions on the legal side, tax planning with a CPA, if all the things you've got to do to get ready for that coming up. And then we have 2 men who have owned their own businesses who have gone through that process of selling their business. So
Man.
real life examples. So you can register online through our website. You'll see that link right when you go to our site. It is a free event to come to.
Really?
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Come free. It's 3:30. It's going to be at the FedEx Institute of Technology on the U of M campus. In that zone room, that's the coolest
awesome there.
room.
Just to go to that room.
Absolutely, just come to see the room, but come to hear some experts in the city talk. And really, no matter where you are in your business, I feel like you will learn something and gain some knowledge and have some great resources. Because we work with business owners all the time, and we know that our business owners are always thinking of questions, and maybe they don't have that circle of advisors that they really want or need to help them.
What a great opportunity.
To the next level. So check that out, and we'll be bringing in some of our panelists to come in and talk these next few weeks.
Exciting news. Very exciting news. Well, Tracy, thank you again for coming in.
Absolutely.
Every Tuesday morning right here at 7:30.
Always look forward to it.
Tim, great meeting you.
Great meeting you. Enjoyed it.
And what's that phone number again, one more time?
901-333-8813.
Tim, help you with a low interest rate, good deal SBA loan.
That's right.
Other good opportunities if you try to grow your business. Give him a call. We'll see you back next week, Tracy.
Looking forward to it, George. Have a great one.
You too. You're listening to The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.